Day one, a lot of good, a lot of things to clean up to, but all in all, just organizationally really good and good first start, or good start to training camp. So open it up.
Adam and Brent. Josh, you guys have had a whole lot of success recruiting and developing edge rushers. And not just James, but on that Jordan Ross, who sees the first time today.
Yeah, Byron Young.
And Byron Young, of course. Is how essential is it to have a difference maker in your philosophy at that Leo position?
Well, in this league, but in general in football, if you want to be good, you got to be good up front. And guys that can rush the passer, that can affect the game on the first level, are extremely important. That's your edge guys. It's also your interior. The depth that we've been able to build with the athletic traits that we're looking for. You know, I said it a day ago, but it's as deep as we've been at that position. But we got great length, athleticism, ability to bend the corner. Those guys are multiple. They can play on the first level. They can drop on some of your zone pressure packages, and they're really intelligent guys that can handle the volume of what they have to do within our scheme.
Josh, with some of the changes in the summertime rules and now having more coaches that can be on the field, how much faster can you go this time of year in terms of installs and jumping into things? Can you go at an accelerated pace for the team the first few days?
Yeah, I don't think you're accelerating your installs necessarily. I do think there's times where you can break out into more intentional, specific pods. Your front, your interior, but we're talking about Leos, those guys being able to break off. You got more eyes, more guys that are able to coach your secondary, and so you can split those guys up more in some of your drills.
Austin and Casey.
Coach, Josh Josephs is a guy that looks like he's transformed his body and gotten pretty good amount bigger.
He's gotten a lot bigger. Yeah.
What's been the change for him? Was there a point where you kind of saw the dedication a little bit more, or the light come on a little bit more? What was it?
I think it's just the growth of the person, and that parlays itself into the growth of the player. For him, just what he's doing every minute of the day, how he's taking care of his body, sleep that he's getting, who he is outside of the building, and then when he's here, how intentional, how focused he is on, just becoming a master of his craft. And he's done a great job in the weight room. Nutrition has done a great job with him, and that's him taking the lead on those things. And you look at his frame now compared to where he was a year ago, dramatically different. His confidence and understanding of what we're doing, allowing his athletic traits to take over, continued fundamental development. Really excited about the offseason that he's had.
When you have a guy like Jordan Ross who's coming in as a freshman, what are you wanting him to learn from the veteran in the room like James Pierce?
Yeah, well, you learn what it takes to be a high-level college athlete, how you take care of your body, how you do extra inside of our building. That can be in the meeting room. It can be fundamental development on your own during the summer months. It's what it looks like to be the consummate pro, and we're fortunate that as we've built this thing, we got guys that have the right accountability to the daily task. Guys that understand what it takes to do your plus one, meaning everybody in the country is lifting a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of practice hours during the week. During the season, how do you prepare yourself? What's your plus one to gain an edge? And that's in your position room as we're competing for playing time, but it's also against your opponents as you play.
And then Rob.
Josh, what do you like about Chad Nimrod's offseason and just where is he at in your career?
Yeah, he's done an unbelievable job. One of the guys that we recognized during the course of our meetings yesterday, just the summer that he's had, how he's transformed his body. It's his body composition, it's his muscle mass, it's what he did in the weight room, hitting PRs. He's a guy that's going into year 3, his understanding of what we're doing offensively, the ability to play inside, play outside, play with speed, be decisive, be on the same page with the quarterback, coverage recognition. Really excited about, his growth and development in our program, excited about what he did here on day 1.
Coach, where did you see Coach Halsley's biggest growth, I guess, as a first-year offensive coordinator, and did it mirror your own? I mean, did you see him go through things?
We all learn things. You know what I mean? As you go through every year, there's things that you're going to learn. You know, in a leadership role, it's your communication with your staff, your players, your organizational side of it. And then, you know, for us offensively, as the evolution continues to change as far as what we see from defensive structures, you know, just how we continue to put our players in the best position, both by personnel placement and by scheme to go attack those things.
Josh, what do you like about Jeremiah's early recruiting process, and what makes him on this line?
Yeah, young as a football player, you look at where he played. You know, he played tight end. You know, he played D-line, but he played out in space a bunch. The opportunity to see him play basketball, his athletic traits, size, length, short area quickness, ability to bend. He's, you know, a young football player that now, being on the offensive line, there's a lot of understanding and growth for him fundamentally that's going to take place, but really rare and unique athletic traits. Yeah, for Brew, you could tell just walking out on the football field for him today at practice, it was a big day for him. Everything that's gone into from the injury to the rehab, mentally and physically, getting back to the point where you're ready to go compete. We're going to control his volumes, but build as we go through training camp. Today was a big moment for him. Really proud of what he's done and how he's grown. He's a tremendous leader inside of our locker room, and really excited that he's back with us.
Coach, how's the in-helmet communication going, transitioning to that? How are the players reacting to hearing you?
Yeah, quarterbacks get tired of hearing us in the headsets, but you know, it's unique. You got to plan for it. You got to be ready if it goes out to. You know, at times there's issues that occur with headsets. You got to pre-plan that too. So it's an opportunity. It's a tool to use. We're trying to be intentional on how we do that on both sides of the ball. At the same time, you got to be ready to operate without it.
Especially with the guys who just got here in June, how do you find the right balance between trying to get them to grow as quickly as possible, but also making sure they don't get lost with everything being so new?
Yeah, you got to learn it, earn it, and go take it. It's, you know, a player's responsibility to prove that he's going to play at a championship level, play in, play out, day in, day out. Young guys, they got to have an opportunity to grow, make mistakes. Don't make the same mistake twice. Important that they learn from the guys that are in their room as well. You got to accelerate their curve. They're going to have to handle the installs that we have to go through with our vets as well. And you know, based on how they're able to, you know, take in that information and be able to go execute it, it kind of tells you what their role will be in the early parts of the season. But every player inside of our program, including our young guys, you got to give them an opportunity to continue to grow from day to day. And you know, that's the journey that we're all on together.
With so many new faces sort of there in the secondary, you're just guys that haven't played a ton of football here. And all those guys last year kind of played football more here. What's the kind of the leadership dynamic like in that room? What's the sort of vibe change in there? Because that's just a lot of guys who played a lot of football.
Yeah, we have good leadership inside of that room. Andre Turrentine's a guy that does a dynamic job in a leadership role. Will Brooks has been around for a long time. He does a nice job. Jordan Thomas, those are all guys that are on our leadership council as well. The young guys that are in that room or the new guys are really mature in who they are and how they compete every day. And so it's a group that feeds off of each other.
I wanted to ask about Christian Charles. Coach Banks called him the X factor in the secondary for him. What do you see from Christian? Your expectations for him?
Yeah, he's a guy that's extremely athletic, really good length. He's played corner, he's played safety. You know, he has an opportunity to be a utility knife a little bit. For him, he's missed so much time. Not the same circumstances as Brew, but for him to be back out on the field, full go, it was big for him today too. He's really excited. I think, you know, Charles he's grown so much off the field and just, who he is and how he takes care of his body. Really excited to see, fall camp unfold for him and see him continue to grow as a player.
Last two pages.
Brian Thomas says that he's seen this program grow in so many aspects, from culture to the quality of recruits you guys have had. How important is it to have a guy like him who's seen so much still be?
Yeah, Omari, a lot of our veteran guys, there's a little over a handful of guys that are 6th-year guys. They've seen this program change a bunch. They've been a huge part of the change here inside of this building and who we are and how we operate. And they're a big part of the recruiting process. At the end of the day, when recruits come on campus, your players are the biggest touch point, sales point for what it's like to be a Vol, and they've been a huge part of that as well. That group, Omari is one of the guys that you named. Just the journey that this program's been on, how we've navigated the success that we've had. There's more out there. We understand that. We're working towards that every day. But those guys have been a huge part of changing the trajectory of Tennessee football.
Josh, with the new earpiece in the helmet for Ely and Nico, whose voice are they hearing? Is it just coordinators? Will there be times that like Nico or Joey or you or different ones? Are you
Yeah.
working with different
Offensively, Joey and myself. Defensively, it'll be Coach Banks.
Is it complicated to switch from, I'm asking a technical question, of you and Joey switching back and forth?
Don't believe we haven't actually had like the true game day set, you know what I mean? But we should have that fully operational as we go to scrimmage.
Thank you.